good morning, everyone. Welcome to Rivka's Craft Corner. How is everyone doing? It is cold here. Still cold. But we had to take care of the girls, our chickens, because they didn't have as much food and water, and we had to make certain they were taken care of. So I apologize if I'm just about 10 minutes late. It was because of that. But I did tell well, she's not there. It is definitely Wednesday, I'm pretty sure. Oh, so I'll go about 17 minutes later than normal. Morning, Audie. I am so sorry. I did let you know. I did let you know that we had a slight emergency with the girls and we had to deal with it. So I was wrong with the count, guys. My count is off by 70 snowflakes. I was off, really off by the count. I was running out of white. I have like maybe four skeins of yarn of white left. So I ordered some more. But I am here. Aw, thank you, hon. But yeah, I counted it and I'm like, wait a minute. I went to the bed. I put the snowflakes on the bed to give me an idea how many snowflakes did I have left to do. And I just counted it and I was like, wait, what? 144? Ouch! So yeah, that's what's went on. 1, 2, 3. So I have 70. No, I already got 50. Let me see. I got 52 done, I think. I haven't gotten up to 70 yet, but I got up to 52 or almost 60 done, I think. I have it all written down. Well, not written down, but I have it all marked. I have like a stitch marker to tell me how many I have left over. Sorry about the yawn. Okay, that's the 3. Then you go here. 1 right here. Then 1, 2, 3. Right there, dear heart. And Jeff has been writing his book. Mm-hmm. He's been really writing his book.
Yeah. Getting into it.
He wants to basically get the 3 books done before he gets them published. It's kind of strange of him, but that's how he wants. He's having a trilogy, which means there's going to be 4 books.
At least.
And then there's 2 side books.
Morning.
Good morning. 2. 1, 2, 3. So, yeah. A lot going on. A lot. No, I don't read books, but he reads me his book. Sorry, I'm still yawning. It's still early. Please forgive me. I do know one thing. Dimitri is working, I believe, from what he told me before. So, yeah. Unless he's not working today. But he was working the other time. 2 and 3. So yeah, I am off by the count. I'll show you how many I have. Now, I was thinking of posting it on the Instagram and saying, how many do you think, what do you think these will become? You know, I'm thinking of doing that. I think that would be kind of funny. What do you think? Now, oh, Margles. Did I just mess up? Yeah, I messed up. Tells you where my brain is in the morning. I'm on my fourth one. I didn't know I was. See, here's 1, 2, and 3. So I'm on my fourth go. And that means the picot. It's a good thing I catch it right away. I wasn't too far in, so that's a good thing, right? Anyway, yeah, Jeff found a big egg, a bigger egg than they normally do. So we're thinking one of our chickens laid a bigger egg. And Jeff thinks that she won't lay another egg for 2 days because of how big the egg was. I don't know. He always makes it funny when he's talking about the girls. So, but thank you for being understanding about the little bit of lateness. We had to move the girls. I'm going to tell you, when you have chickens, you have to make certain they eat where you set them. So you have to move them periodically, not during the day, but periodically, like 1 to 2 weeks. Sometimes it depends on how fast they eat that grass. But we have very beautiful grass growing right now. They're eating clover, I believe. And during winter, that clover is nice and lush and green. There is no prickles on them. So the girls are just having at it. Aren't they, dear?
Mm-hmm.
They are just love it. They just love that clover. I finally got the xylitol. So I'll be making some xylitol drops. I've been studying on how to make my own xylitol drops so I can suck on the xylitol. 2 bits, I think, is how many I'm planning on doing. Now, on Friday, I'm working on this white. Yes, you heard me right when I say white. A white albino displacer beast. I already started on the cheeks or the mouth. This is the mouth of it. This is the bottom of it, but this is the mouth. I have to make the teeth for it. I got the mouth, so it's like it opens and closes. So this is the mouth. And it's about the right for a big one. So that's the displacer beast. I finished off that black displacer beast. I will make certain I make nails for the next displacer beast. But it's an albino. I did send it to DeviantArt, the displacer beast. I do want to put up my dinos on there of the dinos. I'm not sure if I want to make a sarcosis or not. Not really a crocodilian type of person. My favorite animal is a my favorite animal is actually, out of all the dinosaurs, is hold a second, Stegosaurus or a Triceratops. Sorry about that. It's cold here, so it's running really rapid. As in, my nose is running really rapid because of how cold it is. My eyes are a little bit watery. No, I'm not sick. It's because of the cold weather. We're having really cold weather. About 6 degrees to 4 degrees Celsius. I don't think it was 4 degrees last night. I think
a bit warmer.
It was just a slight bit warmer, probably about 7 degrees. But it's still cold. When it gets in the 60s or 70s, that's comfortable. Well, 60, 65, 67, that's comfortable. I'm talking about Fahrenheit. 70 is great. 80 is okay. 90 gets too hot. 95, 96, 97, way too hot. So, yeah. I don't know what else is going on. It did spit some rain. Please forgive me on the yawning. I don't mean to yawn. I really don't. Coffee is the best way to wake me up. Oh my word, the song just came to me. The best part of waking up is a Folgers in my cup. That is an old jingle. An old coffee jingle. That's what they call them, is a jingle. But I remember growing up with that song. Best part waking up is Folgers in your cup. Like I said, anything with coffee in it. Oh, Margos, did I forget something last night? Jeffy?
What's that, Tim?
You might have to check in the car and check in the thingy.
Mm-hmm.
The console.
Yes, dear. What's the problem?
I think I left my coffee there, the other coffee.
Oh, no.
I think it'll be fine, but because it was cold. But can you go check and see if it's there?
Probably not right this minute. I ain't going nowhere.
No, he's cold.
Already been outside, thank you.
Yeah, it's cold. I wish they would do a crochet, a crochet along with people living in Australia, with, instead of summer in place, winter in place,
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't that be fun? Oh, I have some interesting news to tell you, though. I've been picked to do for my very first time, a sample for someone. So I gotta find yarn for it. I have plenty of yarn, but I gotta find yarn for it because I'm gonna be making a by the babies or something. So yeah, I've been chosen. Ah, there you are.
Excuse me.
Oh. So yeah, I know it can get a little tedious knowing that I'm just making, but I'm doing something that needs to be done for our bed. I want to get it done before the end of winter. It's still winter here until August, the end of August. It is. It's still winter here until the end of August. I love the fact that I can do this differently than I used to. I came upon this, what is it called? Shortcut. So I'm going to show you what I'm doing. Number one, you put your hand like this. And now, you know how we usually used to do slip stitch, then do, what is it called? 3 stitches. That's what they usually did is, you do the slip stitch. So this is what they used to do is the slip stitch. Turn it. And do 3 stitches from here. 1, 2, 3. I'm just showing you what I used to do. If I can get this thing up there. There. So 1, 2, and then 3. And then you go in and then you do 1 right here. And you take it here and you go like that. And that would start the, cluster. I found an easier way of doing it. I like taking my yarn, going over like this, going like this. Okay. Now are you seeing what I'm doing? Here's my thumb. My thumb. Here's my crochet hook. I'm using a 6mm. I like using 6mm. It's like one of the comfortable ones for me. I take it like this, twist it, go under, pull it out. Now to make the cluster, I have two little strands here. I wish I had something here that's making it look like it's so you can see what I'm doing. Now, let's see if we can bring it down just a tad. Now, let's see. Is that good? I'm going to use my coffee as my background. Ah, yes, now you can see. So, right here is the 2 strands I was talking about. See the 2 strands? So you take it and you go under 1 strand. Okay. So you got 1 strand here and you got the 2nd strand there. Then you flip it, you yarn over and then you go through 1 and you pull it through. Now you should have 4 strands on your hook. 4 strands. You put it through 2, then you put it through 3, and that starts the cluster. So you don't have to do the cluster the other way. I used to do it the other way. I came upon this little shortcut, and that's how I do it now. And then back to chain 2. And you need to do 6 of these. So sorry about that. I was just trying to show you what I was doing here. So instead of doing it the normal 1 2, you do it 1 2 3, you do it the other way, and it's so much easier, and it gets done faster, and it looks so much prettier. I love how my oh, it is mostly over my coffee. Do I need to show you again? I'll show you again when I do a new one. Well, I had to have it over the coffee to show you it, but if it didn't show, then I'll redo it. So, miracles. Sorry about that. I have like a little bit of a in my throat. So I need to do 3 more. I'll show it again. I wish I had like some black on this or something so you could see the contrast of the color, because the white is too strong in here. If you look, it's just too strong. It doesn't really show it, so could use my black glove as a contrast for the color. Maybe. Yeah, that'll work. Okay. Well, anyway. 1 2. When I do it again, I'll show you what I'm talking about. A lot of people do it, and it took a long time for me. You know, a long time ago, I used to do the same thing. So we'll do it again. I'm not taking this one apart. I already started. So 1 2 3 4 5. I'm on my 6th one. I found a glove that's black enough that I can use that black glove to see the contrast of the color. Two, and then 3. Now, yep, there we go. And we do 2 more. Now, instead of doing the other thing that I used to do, where I used to do what you call a slip stitch. Now I do a what you call a hidden stitch. So you can't see what I've done. What I mean is, you can't see the stitch. You could before, but you can't now because it's hidden. That's why it's called a hidden stitch. Now, I do it differently also. Instead of making the 2 or the 3 stitches, not 3 stitches, you know, when we first started, you used to do like 1 2 3. I'll show you what I mean. I'm not doing it now. Well, I am doing it, so I can show you what I'm talking about. So on the second row, I used to do 1 2 3. You see, but I learned yeah, 1 2 3. But you need to keep it on the hook like this. Then you go like this, and then you go in here, and then you do 1, and then you do 1 2 3. Well, you know what I mean. So I learned that's not how I want it. So my way of doing it is, this is a hidden stitch. This is called a standing stitch. You take it about this much, 1 2, wrap it around your hook, take and yarn over, pull through. You have 3, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, then you have 3 on your hook, and you have a yarn over, pull through all 3. Then you do 2 stitches. But the way they used to do it, I've learned so much since I've been crocheting for How long have I been crocheting now?
Forever.
No, it hasn't been forever.
Born crocheting. Needle in your hand as you came out the womb.
No, I didn't do that. I remember.
The first project was to tie the thing off in your own umbilical cord.
Jeffrey.
What?
No.
Oh, I might be lying.
He's telling a fib. No, I started crocheting actually when I knew how to crochet one thing, and that was the starting stitches. What you call the Mergles. The chain. That's what I first learned how to do. And then when I came to Australia, I learned how to really start crocheting. Someone taught me how, and I fell in love with it. And that's my first thing I did was I crocheted. I learned how to crochet, and then I learned about resin was the second one, and then I learned about diamond painting, which was the third one. And then I worked on I've done clay before. When I was a young kid, I made a, I don't know where it is anymore, but it was a dish that was made out of clay, and you do it in school. I did a lot of sketching. Sketching
was too, but we called them mud pies.
It's
working in clay.
It is working in clay. That's true. Actually, it's working in mud, but yeah. But yeah, it was fun. It was funny because I was thinking about all the things I used to do when I was growing up. That was artwork, but mostly I used to sketch. Sketching was my forte. I used to sketch a lot. Do I sketch now? Sometimes, not always. And if I do sketch, I usually sketch scenery. Am I good at it? No, not 100%. But
you might say it's a little bit sketchy.
And my husband's making me laugh. He goes, you could say it's a little bit sketchy. Aw, Dad. Mm-hmm. So, anyways, as I was just saying, crochet wasn't, Jeff will tell you when I was frustrated, first thing I ran to was crochet. Before I ever heard of resin, I used to crochet. Mm-hmm. So I pulled away from being violent to letting out my stress by crocheting. My word.
A switch from destructive to creative.
Yeah, destructive to creative, exactly. Sketching was another thing I used to do. But yeah, thinking about my good old days, I'm so happy I came into crochet because you make beautiful things with crochet. Did you know that? You make really beautiful things with it. You can make scarves. You can make mittens. You can make... I gotta find out what this person wants me to make. Could go with the two colors. I do have contrasting colors. So I'm doing that hidden stitch again, just so you know. This is the hidden stitch. So I take that. But yeah, I learned some shortcuts now compared to what I used to do. When I first learned how to crochet, I used to crochet the way they told you to. And that was... But what's interesting is when I crocheted, I always crocheted the right tension. It was so interesting. Even just doing the chain stitch, I would crochet the same tension. 1, 2, and that starts my thing. But yeah. Now you do 3 stitches instead of 2 stitches. Before it was 2 stitches, now you want to do 3 stitches. Because this will start making it look like a little flower. Because you need to have that looking of a little flower to bring out the snowflake on the top. I need to blow my nose, guys. I apologize. I have to blow it. Oh, Murgles. It is cold here. That's one thing about people over in Canada. They're in the northern hemisphere. So right now it's summer for them. And it's summer for people over in Israel. It's summer for people in USA. And it's summer for people in I'm trying to think who else. Anyone who's in the northern hemisphere is summer. But over here in Australia and anyone below us, and not below, but you know what I mean, in the southern hemisphere, it's winter. So yeah, it's winter here. So it's been cold. And like I said, I apologize about blowing my nose, but I had to. I had to. Cold air, like very cold air actually makes my nose run. But yep, I'm back to doing this. I'm a moderate to fast crocheter. Like I'm not overly slow. One time I had to make a shawl, and I started on the shawl, and if I remember right, I remember we were going to the person I was making the shawl for, so I made it within 2 days. And like I said, I'm moderate to a fast crocheter, but I'm not an overly fast crocheter. It's kind of like with diamond paintings. I am not a fast diamond painter. Don't ask me to be. I just can't do fast. But I'm a moderate to, I'm like slow moderate to moderate diamond painter. Now, if you look at it, it looks like a flower. It's starting to look like a flower. If you look at it like this, it looks like it's a flower. It has like a little leaves. Wouldn't you agree? Looks like little leaves. But it's actually the start of the snowflake. So this is the 3rd row. And the 3rd row, you want to do, but I'll show you what I used to do to what I do now. And this time I have a black background. I have a black glove to use as a background to explain what I do. And same way with resin. I think I fell in love with working with resin. I would say in 2019 or 2018 is when I came into it. 1, 2, 3. Whoops. I'm one off. And I done resin when I got my first Sophie and Toffee. I tried out Sophie and Toffee, and I fell in love with resin, and that ended it. I was like, that's, I didn't, that was it. I fell in love with doing Sophie and Toffee, and still get Sophie and Toffee off and on. I still have one more box I'm supposed to receive. And it's basically when you're pouring resin and making your resin pieces and stuff, your mat actually ends up making you some resin pieces too. It's kind of cute. So I can't wait till I receive it, but I haven't received it yet. They said it's on its way though. So that one I wanted. So yeah. One, two, three. We're almost done with this one, which means I'm almost to the last part of it, which is not too bad. 36 minutes and I'm almost done with the crochet. So you do one right here, and then you go 1, 2, 3. Now I don't do what I used to do, which was a slip stitch for the little spot right here, and then you take your 3 right there, slip it in there, and now we're on the last row, which is the 4th row. So you take it like this, 1, 2, and you wrap it around your and then you yarn over, you pull through, you have 3 on, pull yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 3, do 1 stitch, and you go yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 3, do 3 stitches, which starts the picot. Yarn over, pull through. And that's how you do this. I fell in love with doing this one. Now, I did get some more yarn. I got some pretty colors if you would like to see them. I decided I wanted to make certain that they look pretty reasonable because they are going on my bed. 1, 2, 3. Then you do 3 stitches. Do a single stitch, 3 stitches, single stitch, 3 stitches, then you go back to what you were doing before. So you do that, through 3. 1, do this, do 1, 2, 3. Would you like to see the colors I'm planning on for, not the border, but for the border? It's not technically the border, but it's like a border around the snowflake to make the snowflake really come out. Let me know with a thumbs up or something, and I'll do that. They're right behind me, so they're not very far. They're right behind me, and it's 3 colors of blue. I got some more off-white. So I'm going to show you what I used to do versus what I do now. One, two, three. Audie, are you going to be doing anything on Monday? My Monday, your Sunday this week? And welcome to Riff Kids Craft Corner, the third person that was here. Boy, is it cold. I can feel it in my legs. Now, we actually have a heater in our house that is what you call a oil heater, but it's also a wall, not a wall heater. What is it called? A radiator type of heater. But it never gets too hot to burn you, but you have to be careful not to touch it. Well, we have one of those in our bedroom. We actually got it around the time when Jeff and I moved to Ipswich. I think it was in Ipswich my husband suggested that I would be good at doing YouTubing. I was scared for the first time in my life because I was like, me, YouTube? I don't know. I don't think so. You know, I am hot. I was really nervous about YouTubing. I don't know if I YouTubed when I was in Grafton, did I? No, I started it in 2018. But it was when we were living in Ipswich when he said I could. I have a smile. I have a good attitude, and I would become a good YouTuber. So I think I started YouTubing when we moved to Kalani. Kalani. Because that's where we were. Don't think we YouTubed when we were in the Falls. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out how I can get more people interested in my YouTubes, or more people know that I exist. Did you know there's so many people now doing YouTube? It's not not too surprising. It's kind of not surprising, but it's quite surprising when you think about it, because there's like now a lot of people doing diamond painting, so they're now YouTubing doing diamond painting and everything like that. I think the original, believe it or not, is Jennifer. She was one of the original diamond painters. She made a book. I still have that book. It's right now packed, but I have the book for diamond painting. Another one that used to do YouTube, but he completely left, was Ace Resonace. And I haven't seen him in ages. He's not doing YouTube at all. Unless he's under something different. And Jedrick 2019 is, I fell in love with watching how he does his resin, and it helped me know what I could do to build up my resin and make my resin more pretty. I've learned how to make things that are very unique out of resin. And then I started playing with clay. I did all these different things just to try and get my channel to look pretty presentable. Now it's like I'm happy with what I've done though. I've gotten quite a bit done. And now I'm also doing gaming, which is kind of strange because I used to never game. So that tells you something there. I have a new game that I'm going to be picking up some next payday. It took me about a month to get it. Hi, Helen. So 1, 2, 3. And we're almost done with this snowflake. So my count was off, Helen. My count was off. I'm like, my count is off. I thought I was supposed to have 77 snowflakes, and I'm finding out you need to have 144 snowflakes. Yes, 144 snowflakes to make a queen size bed. Ah! And then 1, 2, 3. But I'm going to show you how I used to crochet. When I first learned not first learned how to crochet, but I followed everyone else's instructions, and I've come to do it the way I want to do it, if that makes sense. I don't follow the instructions like they do anymore. I do it differently, if that makes sense. But I'll explain it when I get there. 2, 3. Then you go here. 1, 2, 3. Then you go here. And I'll show you the colors I'm planning on putting on. 1, 2, 3. And then go here. And I do what you call a hidden stitch. So yeah, when I first started YouTube, I started with resin. That was my first start. And I did it with music. I didn't even have my voice up or anything. And then I never show my face. Just so you guys know, I never do. Only very, very, very few people see my face. I mean, I do have a beautiful face, don't get me wrong, but I just never show it. It's just something between my Heavenly Father and myself, so that's what I've done is I don't show my face. I don't show my hair, I don't show my face. Even in real life, I don't show my hair. So there's the 5th one I think I have. 1, 2, 3. Nope, 4th one of the 60. Oh, they're doing great. They're doing beyond great. Just let me organize my back for a second. What's this? Oh, whatever. Whew, it's cold. And that's when my computer going berserko on me. So when I first started crocheting, making these gorgeous things, they give me this instructions. First off, instead of doing it the way I do it now, and I'm using this as my little this black, yes, it's one of my black gloves I usually wear for resin. But with this right here, as you can tell, there's a contrast so you can see the white on my finger and on the glove, just to give you an idea. So here you go. They had you do this originally. So I'm just going to show you what I originally used to do. I would twist it like this, and I would hold it like this. And then they would tell you to do 1, 2, 3. So you do 1, 2, 3. This is what I learned when I first started crocheting in the round. Then you go in and you pull in, and then you pull in through 2, and then you go and you do it again, pull in through 2, then you go and pull it through there. And that started the crochet. And then that's how they taught me originally. But now how I do it is I go through here, and this was a shortcut I found on Instagram. Someone showed me on Instagram. So I take my yarn, I twist it, pull it under. Oh, sorry, I moved my hand so you couldn't even see it. Take it, twist it, pull it under, take it, and pull through. Now you have 2 on your hook. Now to make the cluster, I go through 1. 1. Don't be cantankerous. There, 1. Then you pull yarn over, and then you pull under, pull through the 3, yarn over, and then you have 4 on your hook. 4 little things on your hook. So you take it, you pull through 2, you take it, you pull through 2 more, and you're done. 3, all 3, I mean. And then you do 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and then you need 5 more of these. So yeah, I've learned how to do this without the extra bit. How are you feeling, by the way, Helen? I was thinking about you. I was thinking about you. So it's a pretty easy one once you learn how to do it. So this is the first part. They taught me differently, or when I first started, I was doing it like everyone else, and then I just came upon my own strategy, and that's how I do it now. I fell in love with the way I do it now, and it's a very comfortable little thing. I'm also, so all 4 chickens are doing well. Ombre, Honker, and Rosie, and who was the other one? I'm missing one. I have the name. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, 2 more. And 1 through. Don't you hate it when you can't remember the name of your chickens? I only have 4. And it's at the tip of my tongue. Honker. Hun, what's the name of our chickens?
We've got Honker, Speckles.
Speckles. That's the one I was forgetting. Thank you.
Okay. No worries.
I have everybody else, but I couldn't remember Speckles' name. For the love of me. Should have came to me because she has speckles on her tail feathers. Yeah, Speckles is a unique name. So honker because she honks. She's the one who had a problem with her foot. She doesn't anymore, but she did. And Rosie because she was my very first, we called her Rosie because of the fact that, well, she was, a red chicken. So Rosie fit perfect, like red roses, Ombre because she had an ombre color going up her back. She was quite pretty. So that's why I called her Ombre. Well, I already explained honker. She honks like a duck. I've never heard of a chicken honking like a duck. Well, I can't say never now. But I think the reason why she does is because there's a little bit of her beak that's either was torn off or clipped off or something. I don't know. But I've noticed that her beak is a little bit shorter than the others. She's fine. She's eating. She's healthy most of the time. We get eggs from them. Can't complain there, can I? They're still laying eggs in winter. Two. I'm not sure how they'll handle having 6 more. I don't know how they'll handle it. But that's when we move to our new home. Not if, when. We just don't know when it is. But that's the reason why they're names. Speckles is because she had speckled like colors on her, like little black specks on her tail feathers. And honker because of her beak. Because she honks. Yes, they are. We know exactly what happened. We know why it happened. And we'll never do it again. Right, dear?
Mm-hmm.
We found out that they went into the toxic weed called mallow. And it didn't hurt them, but well, one of the chickens ate a little bit too much of it, and it caused her to have tiny eggs for about 2 days, and then went back to normal because we moved them. When we realized it was too late, but when we realized it, we were kind of warned. We were like, where you put them is not clover, it's mallow. I'm like, what's mallow? So I looked up mallow. He called it marshmallow. And I looked it up. And both Jeff and I found out that it was toxic for our chickens, and we quickly moved it. We quickly moved them as fast as possible to another area that had a lot of clover. They love clover, though. Clover is like one of their favorites. But clover is also very dangerous.
Not really.
They're just bendies. They when they come to seed, they are
they're prickles.
Prickles. But boy, do they love clover, especially during winter. It's lovely to watch them eat that. But we are planning on making ground cover for the girls. Like really nice ground cover in the area we're going to be living. We plan on making it very nice ground cover for the girls. went to go, like I said, we went to go move them around because they eat through the clover within a week. And then we have to move them to another area which has a lot of clover somewhere else. They are so funny. Funny girls. So yeah, I love having my chickens. Are they sometimes a nuisance? Sometimes. Sometimes a nuisance. But they're good girls. Now I'm on third row. Now on third row, you do 1, 2, 3. You do 3 stitches in between, and then you do I'll show you what I mean. So yeah. But yeah, when you're working in this, you're basically, so it kind of reminds me of a flower when you're doing this one. So there's the 3, so this is a cluster of double crochet cluster. Oh yeah, I love them. And then 3 stitches, double crochet cluster. Oh, I'll love the other 6 too when we get them in. We'll probably name them. And what's funny is when we went to the grocery store, they say you can't get more than 2 dozen eggs, because if you get 2 dozen eggs, they're at a shortage of eggs because of some type of flu. But that is only for those who are, what's the word I'm trying to find here? Those who are, hun, what is the word I'm trying to find?
What's that?
Why is there a shortage of eggs? We know why there's a shortage.
Bird flu.
It's bird flu, but why is it? They're in a factory-like setting, I think.
Yeah, I mean, it's because there's a lot of them all together. So you've got a number of what we call battery hens around.
Yeah.
And there's also the barn-raised ones. So there's a whole heap together in there in close proximity. But there's very few actually free range.
Yeah. And that's what ours is technically at the moment they are being raised somewhat free range, but
I mean,
not.
if you're talking stress levels,
Yeah.
barn-raised has been shown to be better because the chickens feel safe all the time.
Yeah.
And they have enough room to move around.
Right.
They're not cramped up in tiny little cages. But if you're talking overall health-wise, you kind of have to go for free range. And the best thing you can do, as far as I'm concerned, is put a massive net over the top of whatever area you've got and keep the darling little predators out. Keep them in some kind of super aviary.
Yeah, super aviary. And that's what Jeff and I are thinking about doing when we get our own home. Now, as you can tell, this is actually starting to look like a little flower. You see I call this the little flower stage. Seriously, not joking. I call it the little flower stage because it looks like a little flower. I could stop right here and I would have a little flower. Oh, I really need to get into the other one, but I haven't started it. I should, but I can't. Not yet. Oh, I love free range eggs. Yeah. The one thing you can tell is you don't even have to put them in the refrigerator. You don't. You don't have to put them in the refrigerator because when you're taking care of chickens yourself, it has like a coating or a what is it called? Has a special coating on it by our chickens itself that you don't need to put it in the refrigerator. We don't have ours in the refrigerator anymore. It doesn't need to be. It really doesn't. They have a special coating that they do when they're, laying their eggs. And um, they're good. They're good chickens. They're very good. And I go out, talk to them. They come running to me. One will actually go after your hand, though. It's hilarious. I think it's Honker, isn't it, huh? Yeah, it's Honker.
Mm-hmm.
Honker, she'll go after your hand. We're like, no, you do not try and bite the hand that's feeding you. And Jeff has threatened Honker a couple times. Haven't you, dear?
Mm-hmm.
He has threatened Honker a couple times. He's like, if you do that, you are not going to live very long. But he won't kill him. No, he knows I care too much about the chicks at the moment. So, but yeah, Honker will try and bite you if you give her a chance. I don't like that. Yeah. And you don't have to. Now, the thing is, the ones that are in the store or in the shop or in it may say free range, but they wash the eggs. They wash that film. They wash that protective film that the eggs actually had on it. Am I right, hun?
Mm-hmm.
They wash it, so you have to put it in the refrigerator. Ours, we don't. Our girls just lay the eggs, and we don't have to put them in the. I didn't know about that. I always thought that we had to put them in the, in the refrigerator, and I found out we don't have to. Woohoo! They're such good girls. Such good girls. I mean, yeah, one likes to go after your fingers if you give her a chance. And Honker was the one that Honker's the one that had that little problem with her foot. Now, as you can tell, it looks like a little flower now. Wouldn't you agree? That looks like a little flower if you look at it. No. 1, 2, 3. Would you like to see the 3 colors I'm going to be putting around that makes this part? Okay. Okay, so originally this is what I call the border, but it's not really a border. It's just the part that makes the snowflake. I have this color, and that color. So these colors is what I'm going with for the snowflake color. I don't have the what you call the ombre color or the variegated yarn. I used that up, so I don't have that. But I think these colors will look good with it. What do you think? So it's a dark blue. It's a sky blue, or not really a sky blue. I can't tell. It's a blue. It's periwinkle. It's a periwinkle color. Still blue. Well, yeah, I want it to stay cool colors because after all, it's for our bed. And this one is a blue, like regular blue. So this other one is like a dark blue though. Sorry, trying to find. Yeah, it's a dark blue. So I thought dark blue, periwinkle, and that, I think those are pretty good colors for making around it. But I need to get the snowflakes done first. Wouldn't you agree? So 1, 2. Now we are finishing off the snowflake. No, I can show you one that I have blue on of the snowflakes, but I like to keep it white if possible. So what I'm thinking of is putting it into, oh, sorry, not paying attention. Put it mostly into, so here's the snowflake, and then I'll show you the one with the blue snowflake on it. Here's the one with the blue snowflake with white around it. Sorry. Habit of mine. So here's the blue snowflake. Okay, cool. But here's the blue snowflake with the white around it. And what I'm thinking is this goes into the middle of the blanket, if that makes sense. That's my goal. Middle of the blanket. Wouldn't you agree, dear?
Yep.
So I need to make
the blanket is done.
Yeah, middle of the blanket to bring it out. Or I could do it around the blanket, like it could be the corners, and then the middle of the blanket could have like a white, and then I could have blue around, or I could have a blue, then I could have a white, and then I could have a blue around that. I don't know. I haven't decided. So I have ideas of how I want my blanket to look, but not sure how I want it put together. There is a way I might have it go around, but I don't know yet. It's beautiful. That's all I know. I've been working hard on this for a while. I had made so many snowflakes the last time. Now I have to do something else with the snowflakes. Maybe make it into like a what would I make it into? Maybe a table cover? That would be kind of interesting with the other snowflakes I made. 2 and 3. So I could make like a table cover. You know what I'm talking about, like a tablecloth. Well, not tablecloth, but you know what I mean. I thank you for telling me they are nice. Yeah, they're going to be nice colors. I love the color of the cool colors. They are nice colors. I thought that would be working really well with the idea I had. Now, I have all those other crocheted. Oh, Murgles. I have all those other crocheted snowflakes that I'm going to have to make into something else. Yeah, I know. It's up to me. I just don't know how I want it yet. I'm still thinking more of in a pattern of, can I give you an idea what I'm thinking of? Yeah, with the other ones, I would probably make like a tablecloth or something. That's what I was thinking. Yeah. Or make it into placemats or something like that. Those are the ones that I made before when I first started. But I decided I wanted to go with a cotton for my bed, because after all, Jeff and I want to be under 100% cotton, if that makes sense. So yeah, it's gonna be beautiful when it's all done. But this has been it's a labor of love, to be honest. It's a labor of love. Oh dear. A labor of love trying to get this done because it's winter time, and winter time you have to do winter theme. Well, the winter theme works perfect for this because winter theme is snowflakes. Woohoo! I even thought about maybe putting it in resin, maybe, and making like a resin table out of it. I don't know. It'll come to me later on. I have so many crocheted snowflakes. It's not funny. And I have a lot that are laying around waiting to be made into something. I was thinking of maybe making a snowflake later on, making a snowflake. Whoops, that's what I was doing. Making a snowflake skirt, maybe. Something interesting. I love working with, like I said, I love working with yarn. And I could just see my skirt being a snowflake and against a gorgeous linen skirt. That would be quite pretty, wouldn't it? So, 1, 2, 3. So yeah, I have a whole lot of these snowflakes I need to make into something. I did make one into. I'll show you the snowflakes. 1, 2, 3. I have them here. They're not very far from me. Some of them have different colors to them, and some of them have different everything to them. But I really love how Jeff and I talked about it and was like, let's make these as close to real, with cotton possible. And I was like, yeah, sure, I can make cotton bedspread. And it does take a while to do it, and finding out that I need to make. Did I just mess up here? Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, I thought I did. I was going too fast for my. Now, how I wrap my yarn around is I actually have a way I love holding yarn. Yeah. I can't knit, or I can knit, but not very well. 1, 2, 3. I do know how to knit, but is it my favorite? By far, no. Crochet, you use one needle and one needle only. Crochet is so easy. But you learn new techniques, new styles, and yeah. It's pretty easy, but yeah, if you can't crochet, you can't crochet. It's fine. Do you know how to knit? Or do you do other things? I know you do diamond painting. So even if you just diamond paint, that's still an artist. Did you know crochet is like artwork too? Crochet, knitting, it's an artwork with yarn. But this queen size bed spread is going to be so pretty when it's all done. So what I'm thinking about in the queen size bedspread, if you want to get an idea of my thoughts, is in the middle blue, and then all the way around that the white, then all the way around that the blue, and then all the rest of it white. That's what I'm thinking. So will it turn out the way I want it? I don't know. I'm the one who's the artist when it comes to how do I want this thing to look? Do I want it to look like do I want it to look like that, or do I want it to have like a stripe in the middle? What do I want? Um, I know I want the blue with the contrast of the white. I think that just looks amazing and pretty, and it looks like a snowflake. That's my thoughts. See, I'm already done with the second snowflake. Oh yes, a pearl knit. Yeah, I can do a moss knit. I can, but casting on is not too hard. It's casting off that's hard for me. But like I said, I fell in love with crochet. Crochet is more my style, and I get a lot done with it. I can make I made a blanket before, a baby blanket. I can make a lot of baby blankets with crochet. I've made beautiful shawls out of crochet. I've learned how to make a butterfly crochet shawl. I can make like shells and I can't think what else they're called, but yeah, I can make them. So yeah, and we're on our last one of this. So 1, 2, 3. You do 3 of these to make the little part right here. Now I'm going to show you what my thoughts are for this beautiful crocheted blanket. It's taken me a while to get done because after all, I ran out of knowing now that I need knowing now that I need 144 of these kind of slowed me down. So I got to figure out how I want to do it. If I want to do it this way, if I want to do it that way. I have ideas how I want to do it, but it's like, is it going to turn out okay? Is it going to look good? Different things like that. But yeah, so you know how to do the pearl knit. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I know how to do the pearl knit, but there's a couple type of knitting types I know how to do, but I'm not very good at it. Knitting is not really forte, but I do know how to do it. Sometimes you have to be able to do both crochet and knitting. And I could just see some of them in resin and making it into like a table or a tabletop with a resin overpour on it. Wouldn't that be kind of pretty? Having a resin tabletop with crocheted snowflakes. That's so funny. Okay, so this one's done. So what my thoughts is, so I just got number 5 done. So we are on number 5 of those. And you have to make certain you have 3, so you have to have 6 of those little holes. Not holes, but So what I'm thinking of, hello you, be out of my way. I need to cook you, but not right now. So what I'm thinking of is, here's the snowflake. So I'm thinking either this will be in the middle or the other thing will be in the middle. And then I was just keeping track of how many I have because it helps me know what I need to do. Owie. Well, all those need to drop on the ground. Okay. Whatever. So this is the idea I had. Like this one would be like this. Either this would be in the middle. Sorry. I'm trying to get this as far out so you can see what I'm thinking of. This will be in the middle right here. I'll bring it close to you. And this would be on the outside, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Or this will be in the middle and have 6 of the blue like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I haven't decided which way I want to go. But that gives you an idea of what I'm thinking of. I also have this one, which is in this plain blue. And actually, these right here, I have a few of them that I need to do the border around. So that's just to give you an idea what I'm thinking of. So I know that goes over there. So I have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. I have 8 of them. Of the blues. I have 8 of the blues. And I have a lot of whites. I have like 50 of the whites, 52, 54, 55. So I have 50 of the whites. So I haven't decided how I want to do this. I haven't decided how I want it to come out. But I have decided that I do want to get it done. So I know. So 1, go in. And 2. So that gives you an idea what my thoughts are, my thought processes. I don't know if I want it like that or if I want it straight down the middle of the blues, like 10 blues going down the middle and then the rest white all the way around it. Or if I want to go into that roundabout way I was doing. I still haven't made that decision. That's the problem. But I do know I need 144. And it never hurts to have even more if you are undecided. And you can make those into something else, like the pillows. Oh, yeah. I have the snowflakes. And then I have my other snowflakes that I made. And those I can't use into the blanket because they are not cotton. And I can show you that real quick. Just give me a moment and I will show you that real quick. So cool. Okay. Here's ideas I had for now I have more than these, but this is something I made not too long ago. It's a little pouch. You can put money in it or whatever into this pouch. I made that. This is actually, believe it or not, a snowflake. It's a snowflake purse. I made that, as you can tell. These are the snowflakes I was talking about that are acrylic. These are the ones I don't want on my bed. But these I could make into like a little snowflake, whatever. But as you can tell, I made them in blues and I made them in whites and I made them in different colors. But I have around, I think, 20 to 25 of these snowflakes. So I could make these into like snowflake tablecloth or something. Or placemats. Or even put it in resin That's what I'm trying to say. So there's a lot going on in my mind. What can I do with those snowflakes? It's like, why did I make all those snowflakes? Because I wanted to make a bedspread, and I figured out that I didn't want acrylic. I didn't want acrylic on our bed. So Jeff and I discussed it, and I was like, Jeff, it has to be cotton. It has to be cotton because it's going on our bed. And he agreed, and well, I got all this cotton, as you can tell. But as you could tell, I did make one. I did make one into a purse, and it's for sale too. It will be on my thing. All I have to do is make a little thing to hold it up, and probably put something in here that's about the size of the purse, and that will be done. Thank you. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And you have to do 6 of these. But yeah. I also have scarves I want to sell and get rid of those out of my home. I have a few things I want to get rid of. I plan and Jeff and I were talking about something, and I was like, Jeff, I would love to go into jewelry. I would love to make regular jewelry out of real gold, real silver, real beads. These are things I'm thinking about doing too. I did do some beading. These are for sale. This is something I made. This is Austrian crystal. It has the cover over it and everything. This is Austrian crystal right here. And that will be going on to someone's head as a headband. But this has real, this one I think is, I can't see at the moment. But this is Austrian crystal, real jade, and this I believe is sapphire. And this one is my favorite of all of them when I was making it. These are sapphire. Sapphire with agate in the middle. But sapphire. Now this part right here is just plain crystal. Plain whatever. But this part right here is real sapphire. Sapphire, real sapphire beads. I don't buy the fake things. I try and stay with although I do have Swarovski crystal, if that makes sense. So I do have that. I can make in those beads. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I need one more. So yeah, I've been thinking about doing beading for a while, making like necklaces and real jewelry, real like real amethyst, real this, real that. So yeah, I'm thinking about it. But that won't happen until we move into our new home. Yes, I've been saying we will be getting a new home. Jeff and I have been discussing it, and depending on how everything works out, and keep praying over that, Jeff and I might be getting our own home. I didn't promise a date. I won't promise a date because I don't know when the date will be. But I will promise you that we will be moving. We just don't know when. And as you can tell, there's 2 Murgles. Stop that. 2, 4, and 6. Again, right here. 2, 4, and 6. So you need to have 6. Because when you're doing this, you 1, 2, and then you take this, and then you go in here, and then you go and take it there. My hand is now almost frozen because it's cold in here. This is, like I said, I kept telling Jeff, this isn't our home. We're living at my father-in-law's house. This isn't our home. We were discussing that last night, weren't we, dear? We do have our own land. That's out in Aurora. We are thinking of possibly having a windmill out there because Jeff and I figured out how windy it is at night. So that might be how we do our electricity. But we'll find out. So that's the, yeah. Two more. There's that. Then 1, 2. Oh, I messed up. Whoops. I was supposed to be doing 2 and then, yeah, okay. I see what I did wrong. But yeah, it is cold here. My hand's now starting to turn red, as you can tell. I'll show you. Do you see how red my hand is starting to turn? It's like telling me how cold it is. 2. I could wear the gloves, but I don't want to wear those gloves. They're not comfortable to wear. They're not what you call gloves to keep your hands warm. And when I'm doing resin, I will not be able to do that. I have to do, But I am actually thinking of doing a river pour desk or a river pour thing later on. I have been thinking of what can I do with those other snowflakes. I have so many. Yeah, I am very pink right now. My hands are not normally this pink. They are not normally this pink. They're normally not white, but they're not that pink. So you can tell it's cold here. Our temperature here is about 6 degrees Celsius, which is 42 degrees. Pretty cold. Cold days. And plus my nose is very, I'm fighting it. I'm fighting my nose. I hate my nose sometimes. Okay, hun. Have a wonderful evening. Shalom to you. Thanks for joining us. Jeff is planning on doing broadcasting or what is it called? Podcasting, but he hasn't decided when.
Well, you're already doing tonight. When do I? And that you can help me sometimes, which is like the Saturdays.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll discuss it later.
Yeah. So, yeah. So that helps you see what I'm doing. But yeah, my hands are cold. Cold hands today. I love doing this crochet though. It's like I'm working on it and working. And that's the thing. What can I make the other crochet projects into? Oh, Myrtles. Who is this? 1 second. Oh, that was weird.
Here we go again.
Here.
Hello, gold thoughts. There you go. Yes, it is.
Then 1, 2.
Yes, I did. Okay. One of the reasons why I'm looking at doing social media marketing is number one, it's an area with a lot of growth potential to get into.
There we go.
My wife is trying to start her own business online, and I think it would help a lot if you get the marketing right.
There we go. There we go. Now we got that in. Now we're on the third row. Now on the third row is quite fun. You do 1, 2. I always only twist twice. And then you go and do this. Now I'm still thinking about should I make a necklace of beads? Would people be interested in that? Would they buy that? And they're not going to be fake beads, guys. They're real, genuine. And I do 3 of these, by the way. Should they be? They'll be genuine. Jasper, amethyst. They'll be real. I'm also planning on getting. I actually have some. That's good. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Now, if I stop, my hands get really, and you can tell they're like shaking at the moment. So 1, 2, 3. I'm thinking about making some mittens, but I don't quite know how to make mittens out of yarn. Never did. Might make them out of 2, 3. Sorry, I'm counting 3. That way I don't mess up on the count. But making mittens out of what am I doing? I just forgot what I was doing. I'm talking to myself on the if you make a mistake, you catch it. Okay, so you have to keep the 3, 3, and 3. We are now on the next skein. As you can tell, I have my skein right here. Skein's laying right here. So we got to keep the skein going. So here's the 3, and then you do 3 stitches. 1, 2, 3. And you do 1 right here. 1 stitch. 1, 2, 3. And then you do 2. So you do 1 double crochet cluster, 3 stitches, 1 double crochet cluster, and then do 1, 2, 3 again. 1, 2, 3. Oh, Murgles. Stop getting caught. So that's this. Then you go here and you go 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3. do a single stitch here. 1, 2, 3. Then double crochet cluster. One, 2, and 3. Then double crochet cluster. One, 2, and 3. And then you take it right here and do a single crochet.
She's got links to her. She's got a Shopify store, so she's got links to that, and she's got a Facebook page dedicated to her shop. So she's got a number of links written.
3.
I'm not sure where they call it on that page, but it's something that she writes whenever she puts up a video.
1 there, and that's the double crochet cluster. So as you can tell, we're almost done with the I call it the flower part of it, because I'm not making a flower. I'm actually making right now I'm making a snowflake. That's all I'm doing right now, making a snowflake. So 1, 2, 3. Double crochet cluster. One, 2, and 3. Single crochet. 1, 2, 3. Double crochet cluster. We're almost to the end of the 3rd row. As you can tell, I'm trucking along. I think I've done about 3 so far. 1, 2, 3. Double crochet cluster. 1, 2, 3. What's going on, dear?
Another person calling about social media marketing, so I told them very specifically what
1, 2,
business we're trying to
3.
organize. Yours.
Yeah.
And there's emails waiting for me that I'll have to look through and find out if this is, in fact, the way to go. How much do they guarantee that this will work?
What are they saying?
Well, for example, you're doing social media marketing at this moment.
Technically, yes, but no one's really. I mean, I have maybe about 3 or 4 people watching. That's it.
Yeah.
I'm not as strong as.
And you've made one fairly large sale through this medium.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the idea would be, okay, how do we increase those numbers?
Yeah.
What do we do?
Yeah. Well, I'm going to be making another one once I put him in. I did show Audie. I did show you the end result of that. Yeah, but then the big thing that's holding me back from putting Audie's up is because there's one thing I've already made and I can't find it right now. And I don't want to put it in until I know I have everything. And it's a ladybug. It's a ladybug, a ladybird. phone holder. Do you remember me doing that?
Say it again.
Ladybird or ladybug phone holder. It was done in Clifton.
Mm-hmm.
And it's still packed.
Mm-hmm.
It's still packed. So, yeah. So, there we go. 1, 2, and 3. So, yeah, Jeff is thinking about doing podcasting, but we haven't decided when is the best time to do it. Usually Thursdays is a good time, but then it's not because I usually go like to scripture study, and when we move to Wara, that won't be happening. Yeah, it's playing hide and go seek. Once I find it, it'll be put up. It'll be put up with everything that I've made you. Will be put up. Like, here's this cute little this little thing right here.
Mm-hmm.
That one I made for you because you liked your ladybugs, and you can see the ladybugs right in here. And it's a yeah. Sorry, can you tell I'm cold? I was just shaking like crazy there. That's funny. I was like trying to hold it, and my hands are like, you're gonna be shaking. I'm gonna make you shake. So yeah, but long story short, that's I made so many things, and I still have them. I mean, 1, 2, 3. Exactly. Keep it moving, and my hands won't shake. Right. Right. So yeah, I made a lot of different things. Resin made that I'm working on finishing up, and I'm also going to be making some more dice. I might make some dice with ladybugs in it. I don't know, but we'll see. I do want to make a cube one with not dead things in it, but looks like it's, I don't know what color cube. What color is the gelatinous cube?
It's invisible, effectively.
But why did they color it blue?
Because it makes
or green.
It makes it easier to see. Technically, the original is invisible.
So yeah, I'm not doing too bad today. Doing fairly good on it. Been going full on trying to finish these snowflakes, and I'm even doing it offline too, because I really want to put the border around them. The border, the gorgeous border that I have in mind. Periwinkle and dark blue and blue. Oh yeah, I'm wanting to do that border. Three. As you can tell, I'm going pretty lickety-split at the moment. Well, lickety-split. Don't you love my words? But like I said, if we were in a house that had circulation that was decent and actually had an not an air conditioner, but you know what I'm talking about, like a heater that kept the house pretty nice and warm, all the way around the house, then I would not be freezing right now. But there is major, what is it called over here? There's major, what is it called?
What's that?
Drafts.
Drafts.
There are major drafts in this house.
Yeah, lots of holes.
So many holes. In Clifton, there wasn't. But it was pretty cold there too, but it wasn't as bad as it is here. It's like cold. And you've seen my hands before. Might have to get some gloves to start wearing gloves till the temperatures raise again. I do plan on making silicone molds. Don't know when, but I do plan on making some silicone molds. So, yeah. 1, 2, 3. Might look into how to make my own gloves. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. That's the thing. I wish I had other people who were in Australia who was also not suffering, but who was doing crochet or doing resin work or doing things like that live. Well, there is one person who does do resin work, and she's pouring her heart out. She's in Australia. But I'm talking about those who are in Australia that's doing like crochet or doing diamond painting, doing their diamond painting on lives and stuff like that. That would be kind of cool. Or talking about winter, not summer. You know what I mean? There's so many doing summer pictures, summer crochets, summer this, summer that, because that's where they're living. They're living in the summer. They're living over in America or in Canada or anyone that's in the northern hemisphere. But the ones who are living in winter are doing scarves. Doing scarves and doing the cats and doing snowflakes. And that's why I think when everyone talked about Christmas in July, kind of fits for winter, don't you say? Because over here in Australia, it's winter. It's winter. So technically, they want to do Christmas in July because, well, it's winter here. But we don't get snow. We don't get snow over in Queensland. Just don't. I don't think we're going to be in northern hemisphere. We're going to be in northern hemisphere when we're living in India, won't we?
Northern hemisphere for India, yeah.
Yeah, northern hemisphere. 1, 2, and 3. And we just finished our third or fourth. You're keeping count, I'm not. Snowflake. Did I get it? No. Come on. Nope. Being cantankerous. Yep. So yeah, that's what's going on here. It's winter. It's winter projects and stuff. We do winter. So we're done. We're done with the snowflake here. Woohoo! The snowflake is done. Then we go to the next snowflake, and I have to keep track of it to about 144 snowflakes. I'm making a decision of how I want to do the snowflakes. Do I want the snowflakes to be in a roundabout way, or do I want them to be in a non-roundabout way? Time to warm up my hands just a little. Just a tiny bit. Warmth. I'm right now literally just taking my hands and rubbing them like this just to get them circulation and warmth going. Whew. So we're almost to the edge of this, and then we'll be doing that. Cool. So right now we're going to this. So yeah, it is winter here in Australia. It's cold. Even when outside, Jeff and I was touching, doing the moving of the chickens, and it was cold out there. Both Jeff and I are like, oh, this is cold. We have to do it, but oh, let's hurry it up and let's get done. Pretty much, right, hun?
Mm-hmm.
It was so cold out there. So now we go back to doing what I don't normally do, crochet the snowflakes. And I think it worked well for winter time to do snowflakes. What do you guys think? I think snowflakes is the right call for winter in Australia. I did, if I remember right, last year I did snowflake resin projects. Now I'm doing snowflake bed, making a bed. I'm making a queen size bed, blanket, and that's going to be mine and my husband's blanket. It's going to be something that we're going to sleep under and make our bed look cute and sweet and kind and inviting. Right there.
Mm-hmm.
And I already asked my husband permission. I go, Jeff, can I please make us a snowflake blanket? He says, go ahead.
Yeah.
And I said, well, it's going to be cotton. I have to go buy cotton wool because I don't have cotton wool in the colors that I need. He says, go ahead. It's for our bed. So he approved of it. So that was kind of nice. So, yeah. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We need one more color. 1, 2. One more part to this wheel. And then 2 more, and then close it off. 2 more stitches, and then close it off. And that's the first, what you call it, the first. My nose is like really itching. My nose is itchy. Might have to go to the store and get myself a gloves. Some white gloves or something. Or black gloves. I think the black gloves might work really well so people can see what I'm doing when I'm doing the crochet. But then they can't see my hands. So yeah, in Australia, it's winter here. Sorry, I just messed up on that. So 1, 2. I forgot to do my winding. Not winding as in winding the yarn around the hook. So we got the first one, 1, 2. Then do another one right here in the same stitch. Then go to the next stitch. So you do 1, 2 in between the 1, 2 in between the stitches. That makes sense. Then 1, 2. Then 1, 2. Double. It's basically the double crochet. Double crochet. But yeah, I made this. That's very pretty. I'm planning on selling that on my website. Might make a couple more of those. See if anyone's interested in them too. Because I love doing resin, but I also do clay and I do all types of things. On the diamond paintings, my plan is to actually make them into lap desks, if that makes sense. Lap desks, laps, whatever you call them. Resin lap desks. That's my plan. That's what I'm doing for my brother-in-law, making him a lap desk. Well, a lap tray, whatever you call them. Some call them desks, some call them trays. They're still the same. And it's his favorite thing. He loves cars. I was trying to finish that off for the cars. 1, 2. Then go again. Hard to believe I've been doing YouTubing for exactly 5 years. 5 years. I already had my 5-year anniversary, which was in April. On YouTubing, I think. No, it wasn't April. It was February. Whatever it says on there. I hit my 5-year thing. Hard to believe I've been on for 5 years. So much is going on in America. I try very hard not to listen to any more news. And I'm not one that talks about things that happens in America, but my father-in-law loves listening to news, so sadly we hear the news. I try and avoid listening to the news, actually. Jeff thinks, well, we listen to the news to get an idea what the deceiver is trying to put through. That's what he does. Right there?
Say that again, dear.
You listen to the news to figure out what the deceiver is planning next.
Pretty much.
that whole thing with the apparent trying to assassinate Miss Trump didn't happen, didn't work. I'm not sure if that was in their goal or if they were actually really trying to assassinate him. I don't know. But yeah. And a lot of people are leaving Mr. Biden. At least that's what I heard. I usually get like Israel news. I listen to what's going on in Israel. Because what's going on in Israel kind of gives us an idea of what's going to go on in the world. Now we're doing the flower. It's technically not a flower, but you know what I mean. You have to do the flower part of this. I call it the flower. So the third row is my flower. Then the fourth row is the what is it? The snowflake, where you have the little picots peeking out. It'll get better when the border comes on because then you'll really see the snowflake. But right now you're just seeing the outside part of the snowflake. Yeah, there's major draft. Downstairs there's a hole in the what is it called? Not in the wood, but it's like the house was coming apart due to way back before I came to Australia, there was flooding, if that makes sense. And the flood separated the house from the downstairs, if that makes sense. And it never got plugged. It never got closed in. Am I saying it right?
What got closed in?
That hole.
No, under the stairs.
Yeah, under the stairs.
Still there.
It's still there. And yeah, long story short, we have a hole, or we have basically there was a flood back in 2000. When was it? 2012? No, not 12. 2010, wasn't it? Where that separated the downstairs from the upstairs.
I'm not sure what happened, but 2010 would make it before you got here.
I know, but you were telling me about the flood. You were over in Thailand at the time.
Oh, that's... Let me work it out. No, that's going back earlier than that.
Okay. Well, like I said, there's a major draft in this house. We are blessed to actually have a heater at the moment at my legs. It's keeping me nice and warm on the legs, but not on my hands. My hands are telling me, you know how cold you are? I'm going to make you know that you're cold. That's what's going on with my hands. It's like they are turning a little bit more pinker as we go. So yeah, there's major drafts here in this house. And this is my father-in-law's house, so yeah. It's major drafts. So we're going to start doing some packing, not a whole lot of packing. We can't do too much packing until we know Yeah, the toes are safe, but my hands aren't. My hands are like, we're going to make you feel cold. You're going to be freezing. And I'm like, gee, thanks. So, and that's the thing I was saying. Like I said, in Australia, it's winter. It's definitely winter. I knew it was going to be a cold winter, too. I told Jeff it was going to be a cold winter, didn't I, dear? A very cold one. Very nippy. Very bitey.
It's all that global warming.
What global warming?
I've got global warming in the northern hemisphere, so we have to have cold in the southern. That's how it works, right?
I don't think so.
I'm sure someone will tell me that if I look long and hard enough.
Probably, but I don't think it's global warming, honey.
You could be right.
It's just normal weather for Australia during winter. Not sure why they want to call it global warming in the first place.
Money.
It's not global warming. There's no global warming here at all. So I have been asked to be a tester. So I'll be testing something. I'll be testing a pattern out. I'll be testing a pattern out. I'm very excited about it. It's a baby blanket type of testing. So, yeah.
Blow me over.
I'm excited about trying it out. And it's actually a hexagon. So it's going to be fun. And Jeff is sneezing. That tells you how cold it is. If you hear him sneezing, it's...
I don't sneeze often.
He doesn't sneeze often. Just tells us that the weather is cold.
And it's not even snowing.
Nope, not snowing, but we have had frost.
Definitely had frost.
We've had frost here.
We don't have the mountains for snow. If we had mountains, it would be snowing.
Yeah, but we're on the floodplain. That's where we live. We're on the floodplain, so that's where the weather is. But if we were in the mountains, we would be getting snow. But technically, Australia doesn't really have mountains. It has more of a rolling hills. Because even when we were living in Carnham in New South Wales, it didn't snow.
No.
And we were in the mountains, technically, there.
No. Not really much higher up than... Actually, I'm not sure which is higher, to be honest. As a plains go, Dalby's more of a plateau than it is a downs.
Yeah.
I mean, we come up the Great Dividing Range and then it gradually tapers off.
But it still doesn't snow.
No.
It never snowed in Queensland. Even in New South Wales, it hardly ever snows. If anything, I think I heard the Victoria might have snow.
Victoria and New South Wales both have snow. And so does Tasmania. But not a lot in South Australia or Western Australia because, again, the mountains just aren't there.
Exactly.
It's only those states that I mentioned that actually have high enough mountains to attract snow.
And even then, they hardly ever get snow. They have to make snow.
Typical lazy Australian weather. No, the Victorian mountains get more snow than the Swiss Alps, apparently, according to one source. Oh, just going on what I heard. Or read in this case.
Mm. So for those who live in the southern hemisphere, it's winter here. And that's why I think Christmas in July, even though I don't believe in Christmas, Christmas in July actually fits for Australia since it is winter in Australia. And I think that's why they might have created Christmas in July, is because it is winter in the southern hemispheres. What do you think?
I think they're just lazy and they want more money.
That too. That too, Darren. That too. I plan on learning how to make a kimono. The kimono I want to make is out of but I need to make the sleeves the correct way, and I didn't make the sleeves the correct way, so I'm not very happy with myself on that. So I do want to make a kimono. It's a Japanese or a katata. Katata. I can't say the word katata.
You can, in fact, say the word.
Is it a katata?
No, dear, that's not it.
What is it?
Yakuta.
Yakuta. Make a yakuta. I think that would be pretty. But I don't want to make that little bow in the back of the yakuta, so I'm not sure if I want to do that or not, but I'll see what I can do. I do want to make one, though. I've been watching a lot of manga lately. Yes, you heard me straight. I am watching my stuff. Both Jeff and I are watching manga because it's just love stories. It's
some of it's really funny.
Some of them are so hilarious. It's not funny. So we've been watching manga lately. I don't normally watch manga, but we've been watching manga lately because it's just so funny watching them. I still haven't worn those nails because they're just a little too big for my nails. Not big as in too big for my nails, but they're a little bit too long for my fingers. I like short nails. I always have been like that. So yeah, I haven't really worn any nails, no fake nails on my fingernails. Only one time I tried it. Didn't work very well. Didn't stay on my fingers very long. Yeah, anime, but they're called love story mangas. That's what they call them, is mangas. Online it's what is it called? They're reading from the book itself, or they're doing like a anime type of setup. Anime, yeah. So, long story short, we've been watching a lot of it lately. 1, 2, 3. But we're watching the love stories of them. We think it's cute, and they talk about mangas a lot in the anime. It's funny. Anime. Yeah. It's full color. No black and white. What are the 2 mangas we like, hon, the most?
Well, there's canon.
Canon manga?
And there's a few, actually. Sugushi or something?
Sugushi. There's one more. I can't. She's so funny. She has such a cutesy one. Just can't think of her name right now. If I had it up, I could easily tell you. But yeah, she's funny. And it's pretty much the same. It's the same voice actors.
Quite often, yeah.
Yeah, same voice actors talking. So there is no black and white ones. As far as I remember, I haven't watched any black and white ones. It's colored. What is her name? I can't think of her. I can't think of her. The name of the channel. It's cute though. She is so cutesy. And then there's another one that has where they're doing the love story, and at the end they're like, well, it's better if you don't do this, or it's better if you don't do that, or something like that. Or isn't this amazing how they did this? And
And there's always an obvious bad guy.
And there's always a bad guy in it. Always a bad guy.
It's funny to watch you get really worked up about it sometimes, isn't it? What a horrible person. It's like, yeah, it's fiction. You do really get into it sometimes, dear.
I know. But it's the only one. I can't think of her name. But her channel's called something. It's called manga, but I just cannot remember what her name is right now. But
if anyone's really interested, like you can tell them later.
Yeah. If anyone's interested, I can tell you later.
We'll look it up for you.
We'll look it up. But yeah, I do like manga. I do like watching the channels. Especially this one. She's so cute. She's so cute. She brings up a little tiny teddy bear and hugs it. It's so cute.
Oh, that's Utah.
Yeah, Utah.
Yeah, that's Utah.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure who you were.
It is so cute. So, yeah. So I plan on making xylitol drops. A little off subject at the moment, but I'm also thinking about making little xylitol drops for my mouth. For healing my mouth. The xylitol drops, if you cut the decay, and that's what the xylitol drops are for. If you cut the decay in your mouth, then you can your mouth or your teeth will remineralize. And then there's one called manga, I think. It's when we listen to.
Wido.
Oh, Manga Wido. Yeah. But they're all love stories. Mostly are love stories.
There's a few that are. This guy did me wrong, but I built up my business and did better.
Yeah.
Like living a good life is the best revenge.
Yeah. Yep. I'm talking about I'm talking about manga. It's hilarious. If you talk to me, when did we start liking manga, honey? It's been only about a year, hasn't it?
Less than a year.
Less than a year. We started watching manga together, and
really this year.
It was really this year, this 2024 is when we started watching manga. Now, another thing we plan on doing when we get into our own place over in Wara, we are definitely going to start working on cricket. Cricket. So we'll be working with the cricket. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that will be kind of cool. My father-in-law hasn't been very well, but he has a cold, I think, or flu. I don't know. He was really coughing bad. Wasn't he, dear?
I've often wondered about the concept. And say someone has a cold, I rather think of it as the cold has the person.
Yeah, and what's interesting is they call it the flu in Japan. A cold is a flu. Or they call the flu a cold. Now, do I like Japanese? I think they're kind of interesting.
Well, everybody's interesting.
I think their culture is interesting. I think it's very interesting, the whole thing. Now, I was talking to Jeff, depending on how everything comes out, we might go to Thailand.
Which is a completely different culture,
Which is a different culture entirely. But it would be nice to go to Thailand before we go to India. At least that's my thoughts. And there, 1, 2. So we're just doing this back and forth, back and forth. That doesn't make sense. We're just doing this double crochet cluster. So it's double crochet cluster, 2 stitches, double crochet cluster, 2 stitches, and then back to, so you have to stay in the same little stitch here. So then we go to the next 2 stitches we had there, and then we do double crochet cluster in that stitch, do 2 stitches, then we do the double crochet cluster again right here. So yeah, like I was saying, we do watch manga. Jeff and I kind of love watching it. I think the main reason we started watching manga is because we were playing games that was almost Japanese.
Yeah,
I guess. I was playing 2 Japanese games, like type games, like, well, believe it or not, I think Animal Crossing is Japanese.
Probably.
Not sure. Can't claim it, but I think. And then Winds of Anthos is definitely Japanese. We know that for a fact because we hear it has the same faces as the Japanese. So, yeah. A lot of the Nintendo games is Japanese. So, and I'm getting another game that I have on lay-by right now. But yeah, I have so much. I'm like talking about all the things I want to do and how I want to make them. And I do want to hand sew my yukata, and make Jeff a yukata for a man. He wouldn't
They
have
have something different.
it. It still said yukata
I know.
because on anime it talks about yukata on a man.
Yeah, I get it.
But I think it's called something else.
There's another name for it.
Yeah. But the kimono is kind of like the yukata, but it's more, I don't know. It's more not. Now, I do know in Japanese culture, it's more expensive to live in Japan.
Mm-hmm.
Way more expensive to live in Japan. But not in Thailand. Thailand's cheaper.
Mm-hmm.
And India is cheaper yet. So yeah. 2. And I'm just trucking along, moving my crochet hook as I go along. Sorry. Truck. There we go. Grab. Thank you. So, yeah. Well, it does say that she loves working with her hands. So, I am actually a wife that loves working with my hands. I work with clay, I work with resin, I work with yarn, making things pretty in the house. I have to expect to hear my dad say, "Hey, I got married." But he hasn't called me on that yet. He hasn't told me that yet. But he plans on getting married again. But this time, this would be his 3rd wife. But the first,
been divorced once.
He was only divorced once. The second one died, and this would be his 3rd wife. So I've been married only twice. Once I'm divorced once, but I've been married twice. But I've been in the best marriage of my life. This is my best marriage. I'm happy. Been happily married to this wonderful man right behind me.
Mm-hmm.
He's taught me what it's like to be loved. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm always loved by the Heavenly Father, but Jeff has taught me what it's like to be loved. To have someone love you and loving the Heavenly Father at the same time is so amazing. And I did tell everyone on my channel that I am a believer in the Almighty, and I'm not going to turn my back on Him. And at the end, I always say, Shalom and many blessings. When I say that, that means Shalom means peace and wholeness to you, and many blessings. No, I'm not ending it yet. But I'm just saying I'm just telling you guys, I am a believer in the Almighty, and that's how I am. And we follow the feast days, Sabbaths, the feast days is coming up in Sukkot, and we already have a place to stay. Yay! So, yeah, we're looking forward to it. It's a nice place. I don't know if it has Wi-Fi, so I don't know if we're going to be able to do a live or not. Can't promise anything. I haven't checked to see what they have at that place. We have a place. We have a place to stay for Sukkot, which is amazing. It'll be amazing. 2 and 3. It's not technically a tent, but I think Yahuwah already blessed it. Didn't he, dear?
Mm-hmm.
So we're looking forward to it. It'll give us a little bit of time to just, enjoy his feast day of booze, where we're eating fruits and veggies. Well, fruits and whatever we want. I think nuts and fruits and all types of things. Can't really eat nuts right now.
Mm-mm.
But we have a place to stay. It's where is the place we're staying? It's like,
Again, it's more or less the Sunshine Coast hinterlands.
we're going to the hinterlands again. We like the hinterlands. It's a
Really nice area.
It's mountainous and it's nice. And Jeff and I will eat out a couple times. Well, we might go over to like Kohl's and buy something and have that in our midst. There's another place that we want to go later on, and that's actually go back to Brisbane. I know it sounds stupid, but we actually like that one place and the hotel one time there, and stay there for at least 3 or 4 days in that hotel. We actually liked the hotel that we stayed at. It had a comfortable bed. It was good for my back. It was so enjoyable. Wow, I'm so fast. So yeah, I've been very thankful for the feast days that are about to come to, and we don't know what will happen. Jeff and I are praying every day with, the Almighty's will, because we want to know what He wants. We don't want to do our own thing. We want to do what's right in His eyes. But we know we're supposed to grow food. We want to grow food, and we want to have 10 chickens. That means more eggs for us. When there's an egg shortage, Jeff and I are not out of eggs.
Yeah.
We have 4 eggs a day coming from our chickens. 4. That's pretty good, wouldn't you agree? Now, if you look at this, it looks like a little flower. That's what I was trying to tell you before. It looks like a flower if you look at it. Oh, please don't stand there. But it looks like a little flower. That's the 3rd row. I could stop at this and it would not look like a snowflake at all. But because I want it to look like a snowflake, now we go for the 4th row. Now the 4th row, now there is 6 rows to this thing, but I didn't do the rest of them yet because of the fact that the other 2 rows are later on. But there you go. Easy peasy. Then 1. Then again, easy peasy. So we're doing, this is the 4th row. So the 4th row, you do what you call the double crochet cluster, 1 stitch double crochet cluster, And then we do 1, 2, 3. And we go under, and we do the picot, which makes that little cute little nib right there, or little point. And that's the snowflake. That's the snowflake, the first arm of the snowflake. First arm of the snowflake, and that finishes that off. And then you do 1, 2, 3. Single crochet into this one right here. 1, 2, 3. Single crochet into this one right here. 1, 2, 3. And then we do the double crochet cluster again. It's pretty easy once you know what you're doing. But I will be doing a very unique type of I've been asked to do a sample. I've been when they said, "Do you think you can do the sample?" And I looked at it and I was like, "It's pretty easy to do." So I'm going to be doing a sample for a baby blanket. That'll be kind of cool, won't it? So double crochet cluster. Finishing up the double crochet cluster. We're doing good on time too, because I can probably get this done in...
It is 11:23.
I know, I'm looking at the time. I'm looking at the time, dear heart. I think I can get this done in 2 minutes if I'm fast. Audie says hello, Jeffrey.
Yes, I'm here.
Yep, he's here.
Of course, I've been here all along. I just wasn't connected to the video.
No, he wasn't connected. He's always there for me. He's the one who suggested I do the YouTubing. He says, I remember that day. He's like, you have that personality anyone would like. I'm like, okay. Because I never really thought about doing YouTubing until that time. And we were in Ipswich at the time when it happened.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't start doing it until we were in New South Wales, I believe. Doing live. Doing unboxings and everything in New South Wales. And then we moved back to Queensland. And then we were in Killarney, and I kept going live at that time. Yeah. Surprise, surprise. I've been on for 5 years, guys. Been happy, too. My very first one was actually a Sophie and Toffee one. I'll be hanging up shortly after I finish this snowflake. Not very far. I promise. Not very far at all. Oh. Did I lose you, Audie? One. And 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and 3. Then here, 1. There. 1, 2. Three, and we have 2 more to go. cold. 1, 2, 3. Go here. Single crochet. 1, 2, 3. Go here. Single crochet. 1, 2, 3. Go here. Double crochet cluster. 1 stitch, double crochet cluster. One, 2, 3. Picot. Double crochet cluster. 1, 2, 3.
Excuse me.
Single crochet, single crochet. So basically you do a single crochet, then one more, 1, 2, 3. Single crochet, 1, 2, 3. Single crochet. Oh, sorry, double crochet cluster. Sorry, I almost messed up there. 1 single stitch, then back to double crochet cluster. Then you do the picot. It's pretty easy once you get it. When I first started, I kept making mistakes. But I've been doing it for a while, so it's like, nope, I'm not making any mistakes. I know exactly how I want it done. I know exactly how I'm going to do it. It's going to be done. But to find out that I miscounted, I'm like, oh no, I have to do that many? 144. I was like, wow, that went by fast. And single crochet. Then one more. Single crochet. Then 1, 2, 3. Then you stop this right here. You look over here. You go into this little section right here. Next one, you go under that, and you go under the next one. Yep, right there. And then you do what you call the hidden crochet. I love doing this hidden crochet. It helps a lot. Do that hidden crochet. Boom. It's in. And it's done. I think I did 4, maybe 5 of these today. But I found out that I was off by my count too. Originally, I thought I would only need to do 72 to be exact. And I found out that I actually needed to make, what happened here? Why aren't you? And there you go. There's the snowflake. Now, if I count, I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I got 8 done so far of that stack. Now I need to make 144. I have about 50, almost 60 of them now. I will keep working on them because I need to get this done so I can work on the border, which technically is not a border, but I call it a border, is to make the hexagon part to it. Anyways, if you like my video, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, please ring the bell so you know when I upload another video. And last but not least, please comment. And on Friday, I plan on working on finishing this little guy up right here. He's going to be for sale. Once I have him finished, I have to make his little branch here. And he will be for sale once I'm done fixing him up. Yep, I'm close to halfway. And we will start working on another displacer beast, but this displacer beast is going to be a white one. It's called an albino. Now, if you like my videos, again, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe if you haven't. Please ring the bell so you know when I upload another video. And last but not least, please comment. The comments help the algorithm. And also, guys, like I said, I will do some resin, but I will also be working really hard on the clay on Friday. Many blessings and shalom, guys. I got to get going, and plus I need to start warming my hands because I'm cold. Okay. Shalom and many blessings, guys. See ya.